Hello, welcome back to Project UK Oxworth. Thank you so much to everybody who watched the first episode. It did extremely well. I was proper impressed. It meant a lot to me. Meaning I could get in here and do more, and I'm really enjoying this so far. So yeah, thank you so much to everybody. We are now so close to 500 subs. So close, it's ridiculous. So if you are new and you haven't subscribed to me, feel free to do so, and let's get to 500 because it'll be a great milestone. And wow, I would be over the moon. Let's just put it that way. Absolutely over the moon. So thank you very much. Another thing I just want to quickly mention is you may have noticed already I've got a new logo. I decided to change it because my last one was very Japanese, being the Japanese writing, the Japanese font, and I'm not just doing a Japanese build anymore. I'm also doing this one, which is obviously a UK build. I'm also working on Judgment, which is more of a post-apocalyptic, futuristic world. And so I'm doing a lot more. So I wanted to change the logo to kind of match that. So I've gone for this lovely design. So I put together this design in Photoshop, and I sent it to a friend of mine called Z Green Gaming. It's a real mouthful to say that in one go. It's like a tongue twister. Anyway, I sent it to Z Green, and yeah, look at it, and he was like, well, let's see what I can do. And him and his partner come back with this amazing design. Obviously it's a combination between the work I did and what they did, and together we came up with something that I'm really happy with and I'm really proud of. So I've rebranded everything, and there it is. So as you can see in the top corner there at the moment with the Union Jack behind it, because it's for the UK build. For the Japanese one, Kushigai, you'll have the Ryzen Sun, so it's the red circle. So it's just going to match each build. I can change it and keep it going for everything. So I'm really happy with that. So guys, thank you very much for everything there. It's been absolutely amazing. Another thing I quickly mention is I want to say thank you to everybody who supports me on Patreon. I've been going a bit crazy recently with uploading a few buildings. So the Tokyo University set is well underway. I'm now 7 buildings, which I think I've got about 10 left to do. So that's really cool. But I've also been stepping aside to build something for this, which we'll see coming up in a later episode. And that set, well, it's like a collection of a few different buildings and props, will be released on my Patreon shortly. And then obviously out to the wider community on the workshop once the episode itself airs. Okay, so let's just jump into the episode so you actually know what I'm doing. So this is, I've called this one the first settlers because it's the first load of houses I'm putting down in the town. This is like a little village on the outskirts of town. You know, it's like a one street village. You get these a lot. There will be obviously little things coming off, like I've got a school coming up and train stations, stuff like that. But this is just this one street going straight through, a little curvy because it's England and we don't like straight lines for some reason. Not quite sure why, but we don't. So, and you've just got like loads of houses down there and loads of shops and stuff like that. So it is really cool. It makes for some fantastic shots and photos and screenshots that I've been taking, you know, just looking down the street and seeing everything. And yeah, it's so cool. I'm really happy with it. I had a bit of a struggle with these, getting the right kind of walls to fit this look. It was such a pain. I ended up going in and out of the game so much to find it. I'm quite happy with these ones. They're not quite UK. They just look like a big bunch of cinder blocks, but they fit, and you know, the water's going around them anyway. And I'm going to put some greenery. It's going to look really nice. One thing I keep forgetting about every time I go to do a city like this is gardens. Detailing gardens can be a long task, so I'm not going to bore you with it. I'm not going to show you everything I do. I'm going to show you 1, 2 and then move on, because I'm just putting down like trees and props and here and there and everything everywhere, and it's just so long-winded. And if I did that, this episode would be like an hour long. I'm trying to keep these all as short as I physically can. To make it, you know, as small as I can. As you can see at the moment, the traffic light replacer, I don't know why I've got that. because the roads are using the Mac Welshman's UK roads, and they come with the UK traffic lights. So I'm not too sure. I can probably remove that mod because it gives me an error every time I load up, telling me it doesn't support left-hand drive. This is the UK. We drive on the left. Okay, I absolutely love doing this bit. This is the post office slash Royal Mail office for this village. I loved it because there were so many things on the workshop, some Royal Mail vans, the sign that I can put on the wall just because why not? It looks really cool. And the building, the colours were amazing. Now, I tried to also put a window. You'll see me do that in a minute, and that was quite difficult to do. I ended up having to get a building, I had to PO it, I had to make it, you know, just down to the window itself. Now, lucky for me, there was these windows. There's this modular building parts which I could easily rip apart, so I didn't have to do an entire building. It made life a lot easier. And then going into the text customization of PO and adding a color to it, so I added the red to make it match, and you'll see that in a second. And I think it turned out really well. And the idea behind this is this would be a collection point for the parcels that you missed, and you've got to go up there and collect it. You know, hand over your ID, and they go, "Hey, here's your parcel, enjoy." And you're like, "Thanks, I've been waiting for this for months." And then you open it and it's not what you wanted, because that happens all the time. I did quite enjoy doing the front gardens, I'll be honest. Like, there's not a lot of pieces in these villages that have front gardens. They're all very close to the road, a little pathway in between, but the ones I did do, I really enjoyed doing them and just putting down a few plants, some pavements and stuff like that, and it just kind of added to the feel of this area, and I really did enjoy that. Now, these assets here, these buildings, these parking buildings, these are the best thing I've ever had. They are syncable, so I can put them wherever I want and create an invisible parking space, as it were. And that's great for like when houses have a little space outside the front of their building and cars can just come up and park, and away they go. So I've recorded up to 8 episodes now, which I'm currently editing. Obviously I'm doing the voiceover for this one today, and then I'm going to do some more later on and try and get as much done as I can and alternate that between Kushigai and this one. So it's between the two, and then Judgment when it releases, which should be very soon, I hope. For the next couple of months. I am delayed, but I've had a lot going on, so I do apologise. Will be like randomly released in between, so it won't affect the schedule. But one thing I'm finding that is the most repetitive thing I'm doing in the city is these bins, wheelie bins. And it wouldn't be too bad if it was just 1 or 2. But in England now we have up to 4 in some places. So we've got the black bin, which is for just your general waste and rubbish. The blue bin, which is for all your recyclables. You've got your green bin, which is for garden waste, so like trimmings and stuff like that, and then you've got your brown bin, which is for food waste. Now, in most places that brown bin's more of a tub over an actual bin, but I could only find the bin on the workshop, so I went for that. I know what I said before, and I apologise, but I am going back into the gardens, but it's because I'm putting bins in, and I noticed some gardens haven't been done, so I'm just giving them a good old once over, so they look pretty. So I had this really nice building here, which I'm doing the garden to now, and it kind of, where it sat, it looked like it could be more of a, like a bed and breakfast style hotel, like a small little family owned hotel, you know, that type of thing. And obviously I put the pier behind it because it's kind of cool. People can go on there and go fishing just in the river. Obviously, if you've got a license to do so, remember, in the UK, you need a license to fish in the river. I don't know if it's like that everywhere else in the world, but in the UK, it definitely is. And I was doing the garden for this, and I was trying to do something a little different. I wanted it to feel like a hotel, and I had this idea to do like a pool / hot tub thing. And obviously, we found that lovely asset, which I've got there. So what I end up doing now is I go around, I build a wall around it, put some stuff on top to make it look like there's a little shelf behind it, and yeah, I think it turned out absolutely amazing. I'm really happy with this whole build and the way this city is starting to turn out. And I know I've only done a little bit, or you've seen, I've actually done quite a lot more. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Okay, so now I'm just detailing up behind the Tesco's there. It's just a small little Tesco's. I don't want to do anything too big in this area, so, you know, we're just going to put some stock boxes outside, some pallets and stuff. It is only small, so it doesn't have a lot, so it's more just excess stock of bits that maybe they're returning and they're waiting for the truck to show up, that type of thing. But yeah, it just added to the feel of this area, and when I go across and I add all the greenery to this riverbed, it looks amazing. Especially when some of the screenshots you may have seen, I've done a few, it looked absolutely fantastic. Now you might have seen it just flash up, there was some old telephone boxes that I had. We don't really get many telephone boxes in the UK anymore, they're kind of gone away, but there is the odd one. They're usually black BT ones, very modern, very stylish. But in a small village like this, you would probably have an older model that would have been there for a long time. And that's what that red one was, and it just looks amazing. And I've got several of them, so I'm going to go cycle through them, as you can see now, of different ones that I like. And yeah, I went for this lovely red box. So now I'm moving on to the behind the clock tower that you saw me place earlier. Now that clock tower functions as a fire department, which is fantastic, but has that little gap, so I can put a road down the middle, which I've done, and then obviously put some stuff on the other side. So I'm going to put like a police station there, you know, medical wear, because all the stuff people need. I don't like the way these pavements, these roads suddenly end. They're curved. I like the flat end, so as you can see, I went and added some curbs, some surfaces to kind of make it work for me and give that sort of like sudden stop. You know, it's not a turnaround, it's a dead end. People need to understand the difference. One thing I'm really enjoying about the series is the greenery. I love adding greenery. It's just so much fun to play with nature and, you know, see what I can come up with. And yeah, I think it's really working out. You may have seen some of my screenshots on Discord recently or on Twitter. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the way this whole series is turning out, playing about with nature and really enjoying myself. So okay everyone, so the cinematics are coming up now. Thank you so much for joining me in Project UK episode 2. I really hope you enjoyed it. I loved making this. I'm really enjoying this series right now. It's been absolutely fantastic. And so thank you very much to all of my patrons for your support. It's greatly appreciated and it helps me actually do this. So thank you very much. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell notifications. And if you're a regular, as well as if you're new, please give me a thumbs up for the algorithm and also comment at the bottom. I like to read your comments. I love to reply. Thank you very much to everybody. It's great to see you here. Have a good one and thumbs up. Hopefully we hit 500. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.